What's up, everyone? I am your host, DJ, aka Sexy Bad Choices, aka the new, the new, the new ambassador of Lifesavers, Spearmint Edition. This stuff is like it's like sugar. I was gonna say the other sugar, but I was like, I probably shouldn't do that. So it's like sugar. This stuff is so good. I bought a pack on like Sunday, and I'm like, no, not Sunday. No, I bought a pack yesterday, so that's Saturday, and I'm like halfway through the bag, and it's like, is this bad for me? Who
Given
else is
that you
here in
have
my
a
addiction?
giraffe body, I think the normal amount of lifesavers for a normal person, it ain't the same for you. But I am Sean MF Ross,
What the MF stand for? I thought you were gonna drop some science on me.
aka your old jazz uncle, aka Aunt May didn't finish praying. Check the tape.
Deliver us. Good for him.
All right, who else is here?
It's your boy, aka Jordan. It's your boy Jordan, aka JXY. It's been a minute. I'm sorry. I'm rusty, y'all, and I apologize.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
AKA the top Forza driver, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm the
You number one on the
boss.
leaderboards?
Yeah, they call your character the boss, so AKA the boss, I guess.
Okay.
That's what they call you.
Mr. Boss Boy Jordan.
I wish.
And last up,
Oh yeah, it's me, Avery. I'm here.
nailed it. Like always. This guy is just always ready. Man. All right. Now you know who we are. Press X Start Podcast is a weekly show where we talk about the latest gaming news, review the biggest games, as I said before, give you our thoughts on the games we are playing, as I also said before. Our goal is to expand the video game media landscape through an underserved point of view. With that being said, and I know who we are and what we stand for and what's going to be on this podcast, now it is time for us to jump into what we have been playing. And look at that. We're talking about cats. All right. So Avery, Sean, and myself have all played the game called Stray. Jordan, he's a dog person, so he said, fuck that cat. And he didn't.
I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. But go ahead.
Whoa, wait. Oh, wait a minute. This took a turn. All right. So we all played and beat Stray. So what we're gonna do is just give a very quick our quick feelings on it, and then we can do like just a little bit of a spoiler thing. We're gonna make it quick because we're doing this in the cast. All right. Because I've been talking. Sean, you go first. What's your feelings on Stray? Spoiler free.
It was an enjoyable romp. I am trying to work my way to the platinum, but there's this one section at the very beginning where you're not supposed to get touched by the enemy at all, and it's proving a little bit hard.
Okay.
But I went through it pleasantly surprised because when it was first announced, I was like, I'm not buying that shit. But thankfully they included it on PlayStation Plus, and I'll try
extra
anything free, and I just left it pleasantly surprised, and I did enjoy the story that they were trying to tell, or at least the cautionary tale that they were trying to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then out of 10, what would you give it?
I give it about maybe an 8 or 9 for what it was trying to do. I mean, this was the studio's first game, so
yeah.
They set a narrow focus, and they stuck their landing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Avery, what was your feelings on Stray?
I think you should go before I do.
Oh, okay. I am somewhere in the middle. I'm split in the middle with this one. I thought the game itself was fine. I will say, like, my caveat is when I think of video games, this isn't necessarily the kind of games that I enjoy, where it is more storytelling, it is more experiential, and it's less like gameplay and gameplay mechanics. Like, I was hoping that there'd be more to do as the cat in the game than they provided me. So overall,
did you
like,
want to shoot guns?
not shoot guns. I mean, let me shoot my poop out and hit people or something. I mean,
that's the
don't cats
monkey
do
game,
that,
DJ.
right? Oh, you're right. King Kong. Anyways, I overall I enjoyed the story. I think it was cute. I do have some kind of like I wish the ending could be better, but we can talk about that shortly. Um, Overall, I enjoyed the time. I just wasn't super enthused as like everyone else was in terms of, oh, it's a cat game, and it's like, yeah, it's
You
a
not
cat game.
talk to everybody, DJ?
I
You
did.
didn't
I
like
really did.
gather all the memories.
I didn't gather all the memories. You know what? I was trying, and then I was just like, I'm not in it for this. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like, yeah. So, like, if
Okay.
I were to give this, well,
Oh,
let
I'm
me
sorry.
just
I'm
rate it
sorry.
quick.
That's my
Yeah, okay. If I were to give this game out of 10, I'd probably be around the like 7.5, 7.5. I think that's where I'm at with
It's
this.
respectable.
Yeah, Avery,
Yeah.
what's your thoughts on this game?
So I haven't finished the game, so that's first and foremost. I haven't finished it. That's why I
Okay.
wanted you to go before me because I hadn't finished it.
Okay.
And I am, I guess, in between you and Sean in terms of how I feel about this game. In that, I think this is one of the most interestingly designed games I've ever seen, especially in terms of a small studio. In terms of like the exploration, mechanics, how they choose the puzzle solving, all of that. It's like they spend a lot of time in granularizing it to like, okay, I am a cat. How would a cat interact with this? And my big failing with the game is I just don't give a shit about cats. Like, I'm not a cat person. If I was any animal person, I am a dog person. And like, I find the cat's lack of emotions. Like when the cat is doing cat things, like when he first puts on the backpack and he's just like refusing to get this backpack like on his back, he's just crawling on the ground. I'm like, that is fucking hilarious. Like when they do when they do all that shit, I'm like when they do all the cat stuff, I'm like really cool. But when I swivel my camera and just look at my cat's face and hit the meow button, and I'm just getting this, ah, and I'm like, I'm just like, it I think the story is actually really interesting. Mm-hmm. And like, as someone who's only halfway through the game, I'm like fascinated where this is all going. But like, if it wasn't for B12,
where are you? Where are you in the game?
I just got to the. I just climbed the anti-city, the anti-village.
Okay.
Yeah, like I have like
gotcha.
I got from what I can tell, I have like based on the memories, I have like one more section of the game left to do.
Oh, you have like maybe an hour left.
Yeah,
not even 2. It depends. It depends on how much you like kind of dilly daddle in that last bit. Like you're pretty much almost done.
Yeah. So like I have a hard time grasping getting into the game story because I just don't care about the cat. I don't find the cat a good like actor to convey this character.
Story isn't about the cat.
It gets it. Well, it is. It isn't. If it wasn't for B12, I would be completely bored by this game's narrative. Because like it's nearly bordering on quiet silent protagonist level in terms of like of things. I'm like so like I like the game. I like playing it. I'm really enjoying it. I no longer have PlayStation Plus Extra anymore.
Okay.
So I bought this game, and I'm gonna talk about my long journey of me trying to buy this game and like not being able to for some godforsaken reason. Like I've never gone to the PlayStation Store and just not been able to buy a game there.
Yeah.
To go to the overflow menu, didn't you?
No, Sean. No, Sean. It's not. It wasn't even there. When you went to that, it just said follow wish list.
Yeah.
There was no buy. There was no pre-order button. There was nothing.
You can't buy straight at all.
Was there an overflow menu, the hamburger menu, the 3 dots?
Yeah, Sean. That's what I'm telling you. That was what was there.
I know. They need to clarify that because I had to help one of our listeners figure out how to buy a game as well.
Oh, look at him helping out people. Oh,
yeah.
But you can't buy straight other than getting a subscription.
So like the day it came out, I was fucking on my phone looking up how do I buy Stray, and I'm like, I still can't fucking buy this game. Why can't I buy this game? Turns out I had to go to the PlayStation website, the PlayStation Store website, and there it said this game is not releasing for the next 2 hours on the day of its release. So I don't know what the fuck is going on there. Also, why couldn't I pre-order this game?
Yeah.
Huh. I get the idea that it's in the PlayStation Extra category, so they won't want you to. So they're trying to be a good good, I guess, shop and not allow you to buy the game when you could get it for a cheaper price after the fact, whatever bullshit. Fuck that. Give me the option to buy the game. I just want to. When I get rid of my PlayStation Extra, I want to be able to own the game.
Why would you want to do that?
I'm not going to get into the fucking semantics of why I buy video games here. That's another fucking hour of me complaining about consumerism and subscription services. But that's neither here or there.
Yeah.
It took me ages to fucking buy this game, and that's one of the reasons why it took me so long to fucking play this game.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Because my game plan was the day it came out to play it. Couldn't do that. No, it took me so long. So I just did other things. One thing I will say about this game in my final thought, because I ultimately really love this game, I just don't like the cat, but I love this game, is that this is one of the two games where I opened up the PlayStation cards and found it the most helpful thing in the fucking world. Mm-hmm. When I tell you that they have a detailed, annotated, explanation for every question you have, including the trophies, it is the most helpful thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
There's a detailed...
Like when you start up the game, it says hey, game help is enabled for this. I'm like, oh, I forgot that was a feature.
Did y'all turn on the press X to jump prompts? Because that helps apparently.
No, I turned on the press X to start prompt.
Yeah.
People have complained about the locomotion in this game and it not being a true platformer, but just the way these environments are designed, if this was a game where I could fall off ledges, I would fucking throw I'd be pissed. The magnetized jump, I have no problem with in this game.
Absolutely no problem.
Well, I don't mean that, Avery. I more so mean if you have it enabled, it will let you realize that you can jump up here versus it automatically taking you down, depending on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I didn't activate. I haven't messed with game settings at all. So there's always an X prompt above my character's head when there's a jumpable objects around me. But at the point of the game I'm at, I'm I think I understand the world's geometry enough to know what I can and what I cannot jump on. Yeah. So that's not really my problem. I'm just talking about the whole it being a platformer and DJ showing I would have thrown my controller with some of these sort of platforming sections if I could fall off things and die.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too. But yeah, I mean, well, since you haven't beat the game, the thing that we're not gonna do a spoiler thing on this. The only thing that I had was the ending. I wanted the ending to go differently. I'm fine with what they gave me.
It was supposed to be a dual part ending, kind of. The real story wasn't for the cat; it was for B12. That's why I actually got all the memories.
Oh, okay.
The cat was a vehicle, kind of, for B12.
Yeah, to figure himself out.
Yeah.
Oh, figure itself out, I should say. But yeah. Overall, I had a good time. I'm not gonna do the platinum, so I just deleted the game off my hardware to save some space.
Monster.
Yeah, I'm going to do the platinum, but I'm probably gonna wait for a bit because one of the platinum trophies beat it in 2 hours. And I'm I'm not gonna.
And another one of the trophies is sleep for an hour.
So I did that. I did that. Yeah. That was one of the easiest trophies I could ever.
I just put it on the background and played Apex Mobile on my phone while I let it do that shit.
If you had an Xbox, you could do game resume, right? Right, Jordan?
I don't think that works. The game
I don't think it would have worked.
Be running.
Yeah, I think the game would have.
No, it would have worked. Kind of speaking from
would it work?
Because I do have instances to which games continue to log my progress, that were time sensitive.
Clock keeps running.
It kept running with Far Cry. Those time missions.
That's strange.
Well, okay, no, I get what Jordan's talking about. The Far Cry time missions are a thing that's independent of the game. It's a system on top of the game. The straight thing we're talking about is you putting the cat in a state and not pausing the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think the way
pause the timer.
Yeah.
That's so whatever.
You don't have to do it all at once.
Yeah, exactly. Though. It's not for me, so I'm not even going to bother with it. That's okay. Hey there. Are you enjoying this episode? You are? Great. If you're listening to the podcast, then please leave a review on the podcast app that you're using. If you're watching us, then please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. After that, you can go to pressx2start.com. There you'll find all the information about us, the podcast, the links to all of our social media channels, and to our Discord. Thank you so much. We appreciate your support. Now back to the podcast. All right. Now let us jump into Jordan. You have sat here and had to listen to cat talk Now let's talk car talk.
Hey, cats and cars go well together. Make sure to check under your cars before you leave, because there might be a cat under there. Horrible
Yeah,
stories.
man.
It's
Just
a real ass thing.
I'm not gonna go into
You're
my
not
story,
wrong,
but
though.
do that.
Yeah. Yeah, so I played possibly one of two pieces of content that Microsoft Studios is making this year. The other one being Pentiment won't be until like fucking November. But this was a DLC expansion for Forza Horizon 5. This was a paid expansion. It was not included with Game Pass. You had to pay for it. If you had Game Pass, it was 20% off, putting it at about $14. Without Game Pass, it was $20. Overall, I clocked this about maybe 4 hours of content. And this was the developers at Playground Games, who we all know is working on Fable, listening to the fans and bringing back one of the more popular DLCs they made over the course of their 5 games. Usually, when it comes to their extra DLC related to their racing games, it would be environmental. In Forza Horizon 2, it was like a muddy, like wet, island bullshit, whatever. And Forza Horizon 3, it was like a snowy landscape. And then Forza Horizon 3 brought us the Hot Wheels DLC. And in Forza Horizon 4, it was like the Lego, Lego partnership, which was, charming within itself. But yes, they brought back Hot Wheels, and this is in a post Hot Wheels Unleashed video game space, because the Hot Wheels Unleashed series is great. But one thing I did say, and one thing I did disclose in the chat, was what they are doing at Playground Games is different. Is different because they're actually applying the physics associated with these racing games to a Hot Wheels track. Like you feel like you have a good understanding of how it would feel to drive a 2-ton vehicle on a plastic track, and that is what we are. That's what I was. That is what I had in. That was a takeaway I had in the Horizon 5 DLCs. In the chat, we talked about the possible throttling, because the shit does get very fast very quickly, to which it can be overwhelming. But maybe this video does do it, but the throttling was scripted and it can be programmed if you were to go into the creator mode, because like there are instances in a map where it will slow down for effect, not necessarily for like the car going slow down. It's like visually it slows down, but for the most part, that's not needed. I mean, it is. I'm glad I don't have motion sickness. I did not go into the visual settings to see if they could account for motion sickness, but this shit is fast. It is a fast game, and there are some instances to which I felt a little bit of vertigo, especially when there's like a track, a segment of track where you're going up and fast at an angle and coming back down. That I had to pause the game a little bit.
How awesome would that be with VR?
I die.
Christ,
I've heard horror stories. I can get pretty bad motion sickness. But
Jordan's supposed to be on this cast, but again, he's out gallivanting. Oh no, he's dead. Oh no.
Insert Apex clip of Avery saying, "I die here."
That's exactly what have happened.
Sean, why are you coming for me? I'm playing Gibraltar. If I'm in the open with no dome, I die here.
Oh good.
But
That's hilarious.
So like what you're seeing, like at least for the visual listeners, they did add segments of the track that allow for more unique experiences outside of the boost pads that are in Hot Wheels. There are magnet tracks to which no matter how fast you go, you're able to have a consistent racing line. You have to worry about turning or anything like that. Some segments of the track use this centrifugal force to which you will go down way faster and exceed, speeds that your car usually would not be possible of. And there's also segments where it has like these giant fans that allow for any type of air resistance to be null and void, to which you also go incredibly fast. So yeah, I mean, it was you start off as B class. You do challenge. There was right there the slowdown. But you start off as a B class, and you do like challenges. You work your way up to A class, S class, S2 class, and then the AAA class or whatever to your faster cars. But it was about 4 hours of a more. It was, I think it was smaller than Forza Horizon 3's Hot Wheels DLC, but
Okay.
it was more deliberate in terms of its design, which allowed for a more engaging experience. Like it was, I played. It was hard putting it down, but at the end of it, I was like, I'll do like the extra challenges later. Overall, I had a pretty good amount of fun with it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, like I just watching that gameplay, it looked a lot of fun. And like I think Avery's watching something. I was
Oh, I'm not. I'm just still thinking of Sean calling me out saying I die here.
oh
That's something I say all the fucking time.
But yeah, like watching that gameplay, like it looks very fast and like frenetic, and I think that is always something that I can appreciate when it comes to racing games because the last racing game that I played that really gave that sense of speed is, and I'm dating myself, was like Wipeout. And like that
Mm.
was like, oh my god, I'm going really, really fast. It's crazy.
Mhm.
And then before that
Oh,
was
okay.
oh, even Sean didn't
I'm about
know?
to say, what the hell is Wipeout? But I had to
Oh.
think back, go back to my Game Index.
But
Archive.
now the question is, how soon will there be another DLC for Forza Horizon 5? Are they going to totally commit? Like this was a big DLC because it had all
Yeah.
three like environmental biomes in it, so they were able to cover their bases in terms of
Yeah.
new experiences. But I wonder when the next time we see a Forza Horizon 5 DLC, or is it Playground Games just going to commit all their resources to Fable? Which I
Yeah.
think it's going to be the
Oh yeah.
latter.
Yeah. That's a good point. And what else did you play?
Just quickly, Chorus. Chorus came out last fall. If you like your Ace Combat, you like your fighting, star fighting games, or jet fighter, flight simulator games. Yeah, this is a pretty arcadey starfighter shooter game. Takes place in a far away future. There's magicians and all this other stuff. But one thing I will say,
Magicians?
yeah, it's silly. It's silly Star Wars space magic. That doesn't matter.
Okay.
But what this game has is pretty tight controls and pretty fun physics where you're blowing up these giant capital ships, seeing them break apart. It is a standard arcade starfighting game that I would highly recommend checking out. It's a beautiful game too. Very beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful sceneries.
I'm trying to load the gameplay, but of course YouTube wants to show off its beautiful ads. But here we go. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah. And like when I looked it up, I was like, "Oh, I remember this game." It was in one of the showcases, I think last year or something like that. And it was like, "Oh, this
Mhm.
actually looked pretty cool."
I want to say it was
And
an
like,
Xbox showcase.
what was it, Expo? Okay. Yeah, you're probably right, yeah. Yeah, and it's like a star
Is it,
fighting kind of or spaceship
yeah.
fighting kind of
Isn't it
thing.
Chorus spelled with a V?
V, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Mhm.
that's the game you're talking about. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
made by Deep Silver, who did Maneater, and they're also working on the Saints Row coming out in a few weeks. And yeah, no, they're a solid developer. It's a
Yeah.
fun game. It's a gamey ass game, but it's also a permadeath mode too, which yeah, you may die a couple times if you're not paying attention. It gets pretty frantic.
Oh, interesting. Okay, that's what's up. All right. Sean, what have
Yo,
you been playing?
I visited our friend Douglas in
Whoa.
Fortnite because he has found his tertiary home. He did not abandon us. He's just filling his time with virtual season 3 or chapter 3 Fortnite goodness. Um,
Oh,
I
okay.
just dropped in on Douglas playing with his friends, and
That
they
sounds like
accepted me as one
abandonment
of
to
their
me.
own. But no, we won a game. They were playing the no build mode.
Mm.
And he pretty much has a good grasp on there. He's just aggressive in Fortnite as he is in Overwatch.
Oh, really?
Yes, but I mean it's Overwatch, Fortnite. I mean, what are you gonna
Right.
do?
Okay.
In addition, I also played Slay the Spire still. I finally so this is a roguelike game. You're supposed to play it more than once or whatever.
Mhm.
But they have like three characters, three main characters, then you unlock a fourth. But once you quote unquote beat the game, because there's like three acts, once you beat the game with each character, it unlocks a fourth act, which I'm trying to work my way through right now. It's just hella hard.
Okay.
Um I'm playing around with that. And then I also got into the MultiVersus beta. open beta, closed beta, whatever. I don't know. It's a solid game, but if you're coming straight from Smash, your muscle memory will betray you. Like, when you go to slap the D stick to either side and hit the attack button for a smash attack, that does
Always
not work
slap the
here.
D stick. You know what I mean, Sean? Always slap the D stick.
But that does not work here. Their quote unquote equivalent smash attacks is you just holding the button and you'll see a charge meter come up and then it'll release an equivalent.
Interesting.
But I keep on trying to
Do
use
that smash maneuver kind of
controls
thing.
and it's
Yeah.
not working for me. I have won a few matches though. It is fun. They do need to not nerf. I'd say balance the characters more. Apparently.
Okay.
Um,
what characters are you using?
I have been using Shaggy, Harlequin, and those are the two mains that I've been using. I think
I heard Shaggy was pretty broken.
He's pretty solid. Allegedly, Velma is trash, even though I read an article saying that she wasn't. Tasmanian Devil's spin attack is overpowered, apparently, because it can fling you out of the ring. So they copied 90% of Smash, I want to say, with the exception of those controls. There is no like Smash ball that comes in and you can do a crazy ass attack. I do like the tethering system where you can kind of. I don't know if every character can do this, but some characters like. In the 2v2 mode, your partner can jump off the edge to go kind of, for lack of a better word, extreme edge guard, so the opponent can't get back up. But you can only do it but so far. But there's some like invisible tether link thing that you can do.
Did you get to play as LeBron James, who is coming to MultiVerus?
I don't know if he's in there yet or if that's upcoming.
Yeah, I think it's upcoming.
But it'll be interesting to see who they add in this game. It is monetized to hell.
Yeah.
Granted, you don't have to buy anything.
You can play the game and get.
Yeah, you can just play the game. This is just to speed up your progress. They do have a battle pass system. I'm not sure if I like the power up system that you can. You have like slots that you can put on your character. There's like one big slot and then 3 secondary slots, and it's like you'll do 5 more damage when doing side aerial attacks, or stuff like that.
Sounds a lot like the spirits from Subspace Emissary,
but into multiplayer.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
Yes, I don't know.
That's not good.
Yeah, you have to be a lot of balancing for that because it's
impossible. It's impossible to balance. To make those things fun, you have to make them actually have like legitimate effect.
True, yeah.
Well, like I said, it said it does 5% more damage. So I don't know how broken that is per se, because maybe Avery or DJ, I don't know if you're interested in Jordan, but maybe y'all will have to play it more to understand what I mean. It doesn't feel. The characters themselves feels broken. I'm not sure if those little slotted attachments to the characters make a difference.
The open beta comes out July 26th, and I'll say that like that 5% thing, in a roundabout way,
it affects you and your teammate.
Okay, yeah, in a roundabout way, there's a similar like kind of like modification system in Gundam, and like sometimes it actually does make a difference, but like it'll be interesting to see how that works in this kind of scenario.
I mean,
so yeah.
With context, are those things is like the only way those systems work in like a competitive game is if it's a system that everyone has access to.
You have to level up your character.
But if it's a system that like inquires like if I can financially put money into to get a leg up, then it's fucking broken.
I have earned it because you earn it as you level up your character, and I'm thinking maybe this is almost like, let's say, Call of Duty or Apex, where you have like different attachments to your gun and different perks. So I'm not sure how broken it would be, because I mean they have stuff like this kind of in competitive modes.
Yeah, if it's what I think it is, I think you can only get that through leveling up your character, and you can't pay to level up your character. I think the paying goes to other stuff.
I mean, if you can pay for experience, then you can pay to level up your character. So
I don't think you can pay for experience, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't think you
But
can. I think it's a lot of cosmetic stuff
mhm.
and unlocking characters that you pay for. I don't think you can pay for these little power-up chips. But
We'll see.
you
like
got to try it out. You got to try
yeah.
it out.
I'm not trying it out. But
Yeah,
no, I like his thing. None of these Smash Brothers clones have interested me at all.
This is the
Okay.
closest thing, having played PlayStation All Stars and Nickelodeon, whatever the shit that
Yeah.
was.
I
I'd
will
say
say
this
that
comes the closest.
yeah, I would say like I would say that this is a game that I didn't expect to be so enthused about because I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a Nickelodeon kid. That definitely appeals to me. All those characters." And when I saw the characters, like, I actually don't care about this. But then
It's
like seeing
it's
these like this lineup, I'm just like, "Oh my god, Finn and Jake, like fucking Garnet." Like I love these characters. Like this is a game that I wanted. I didn't realize that I would
think
want like fucking Shaggy. Let's go.
yeah. If they hadn't made Space Jam, I think I would have been more
Oh.
interested in this game. Because they made that Space Jam game. I mean Space Jam movie, and I was just like, wow, okay.
They already made one. It's on Sega Genesis.
Yeah. Then I'm like, okay.
Yeah. It'll be really
No, but
interesting to see.
yeah, to my point,
Go
I'm
ahead.
like ignoring the point that I'm never going to play this game because I don't have an interest in like playing this type of game. Like I play Smash Brothers because I love playing it with my friends. This doesn't even seem like a game that I'm going to get any enjoyment out of playing with a group of people. Because why would we play this when we could just play Smash Brothers? If that makes sense.
You're right. You're right.
And so, like in my head, like looking at the monetization of games like this, I don't see a world where there's not experience boosts and like they don't do that into the game. Because you get to a certain point where if someone's just starting out into this game, they're not going to have all those leveled up characters with all these type of things. So there's at some point going to be down the line. Here's the ability to buy experience to instant level characters, so you have the. It's one of it's. I don't.
Well, I think. Wait. Before you continue, because I get what you're saying, but I think that the modifications to the character isn't a exponential thing. I think it's a switching kind of thing. So like you might do, huh?
It's super incremental. It's literally 5% to like left side attacks while in the air. What I've seen, or
Yeah. So I think it's a thing of you can essentially tweak the character to your play style, not necessarily you are leveling your character up to like a Super Saiyan level version of Jake.
It's not
I would
5%
buy that,
damage
by the way.
down, 5%, 10%, damage up to your attacks, all your attacks. It's super specific attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll investigate it more and explain more once I get
But
to it.
I will say though, because as a person who played Destiny and who was around when Destiny 1 started and how they were talking about their microtransactions, and then by the time Destiny 2 happened, they completely forgot what they said about their microtransactions and kind of went back on that, and they were adding like crazy like boost stuff, and they said they weren't going to do that. So like it is definitely possible for them to like kind of switch gears and start rreleasing stuff like that in their store to make more money, because money is money.
WB doesn't seem to be like the WB definitely seems like a publisher that'd be more than willing to make that switch to how they monetize their game the instant they can get away with it.
Yeah. Yeah. But we'll see though. We'll see. And before we wrap this up, I just got to say one thing because I didn't mention it, and I'm gonna mention it now. And this is for all the Genshin Impact players out there. Welcome your boy to the crew, because I finally got Kazuya. Let's go. For you people who know. So this guy is like a broken like animal support, and I got him, and I'm so happy, and I'm leveling up. You guys have no idea what I'm talking about, and it's okay. I understand. You guys need to just take some
I
of the
played enough
sugar.
gacha games to understand what you're talking about. Like, here's the thing: you talking about Genshin is exponentially a more interesting subject than you talking about the Gundam game that you played.
Talking about Gundam, thanks for
We're gonna wrap the podcast up, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here this week.
Here's the thing, though. I knew everyone was gonna say it, and I was waiting. I was like, "Yes, do it. Fall into my trap. Fall into my trap." But yeah, I'll be talking more about Genshin once they drop their 3.0 update, which is supposed to be huge, and they're really putting their money towards it, so it's gonna be good. With that being said, and that being the future thing, wait, hold on, let me do the thing on the computer that I do, which is buying for time. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna switch this over to here, and then I'm going to do this. This has been another episode of Press X Start Podcast. We hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we enjoyed making it. Don't forget to rate and reviews on your favorite podcasting app. Don't forget to comment. Let us know your feelings, your thoughts, your what you're gonna do for the day. Just let us know. You could send that to us on your podcast app. I mean, you can do that when you write a review, because you definitely want to write a review. You can also leave a comment on the YouTube video, because you're watching this, because you have to watch us. It's important. Once you do all that, we appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you do all that good stuff. Keep playing more games. Keep being in there. Keep hanging in there. We're gonna get through this. As long as you keep watching our content, we'll get through this. You see what I did there? I made them watch the content, guys. It's very important. I wonder if Marcus has a problem with me whispering. Well, we'll see. With that being said, you take care. You have a good time, and you play some games.